Hello and welcome to a Cards and Cardboard digital review of Small World 2? I'm not sure if it's a sequel, but I'm pretty sure that... Oh, come on. Sure. Alright. So, one thing I know about Small World is that Small World is a game about Small World. It's a place where people are constantly fighting over territory for different ages, I guess. This is a very interesting UI that they chose, because you got your settings menu here with the little mouse running on a wheel. You've got your leaderboards, I believe, for the game. This is actually kind of a iOS porting again. You got your shop here, which is pretty much... okay. Look at all these beautiful board games from Days of Wonder. There are no board games from Days of Wonder here. Okay. Yeah, this is not a very functional UI from a gameplay standpoint. And it actually loads up the rules, I think, via the internet. But it does actually kind of give you a rulebook and how everything works from a user standpoint. So that's good to know, especially if you're playing online. Got what's this here? The scrolls. Can I click those? Hello? Small World. Can I click the scrolls? Looked like I could. Apparently not. Yeah, I can click on the rulebook, can't click on the scrolls. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. So what's up with the scrolls? Oh, hey, this is about the actual board game. I can't scroll, I can't push, I can't double click. Trying to do anything. Okay. Well, we'll just go back. Now, I have this on the Android iOS, and no, I don't have an iOS device, sorry. I have it on the Android, and it kind of looks exactly like this. Something they took out was the ability to use the screen where it would rotate so everyone could play, or two people could play off the same thing, and it would just keep switching. This one focuses again on the pass and play and solo, and again, tablet design rather than computer design. I think what we're going to do is a solo game, just to show you off. Now, here's the different expansions that have come with the game. They've got little info areas to show you what all races and stuff come in here, because that's basically the only way to really expand this game. We'll play against two other bots here. We can choose who goes first, which, you know, that's something that is not very intuitive either. It's like, oh, this is the first player, this is the first player, or a random first player. Why you would use a checkered flag for a first player, not really sure. In any case, we'll play. So if you're not familiar with Small World is a game about trying to get as many victory points by the end of the game as possible. And the way you do that is by having a lot of people conquer the lands that are available on the board. And these give you points at the end of every turn, which are then hidden in your little area. In this case, we can see what he's playing with, but we can't actually see his victory points. We can also click on them to see where they currently are occupying on the small world here. Now, what you do for combos is you've got these little things off to the side that I can collect for my turn for now. If I skip the first one, I have to put a coin up on top of there, and it basically means that these keep getting worth something. Now this one has curse, so this one actually means that if I skip it, I have to pay more money. Ghouls, however, when they go into decline, this is going to be probably these one and done things to get out of my way, because I'd rather have somebody else take it. Problem is if it's cursed, then it'll be worth more later, so I think I might actually go with the Merchant Humans. Because that's going to give me just more stuff for every territory I occupy. So I have to pick an edge of the board to start on, so let's go with some place where I can make a clear line for some stuff here. So put that guy there, there, there. I have to redeploy. I think I'm gonna move this guy over here, so that way it's just a little harder for people to conquer stuff here. I'm not claiming to be good at this game, I'm just showing off how it plays. You can have a fast forward button too if you really need it. Hey, let's fast forward through other players' turns. And actually what it does is actually auto-plays pretty much all their turns. And kind of shows off how things happened on their turn. Again, nice little bunny comes by, just deal the scoring, shows how much scoring there is. So now it's back to my turn. Of course, when you're playing online, you can't exactly do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take on some of these people. We want the farmland. Oh no! So I gotta redeploy him. So, gonna put him there. So we're getting extra stuff for the merchants, and we're getting extra stuff for being on the fields. So I think I might go into decline next turn. I'm not sure. I've got, what, 5 more humans that are gonna come towards me? He's going into decline, so I'm gonna take advantage of that. Let's go up at that farmland up there. So, and he's going into decline. So declining is kind of an interesting thing. You don't get to put any pieces on the board, but you also don't get to... Darn. Okay, well, I took over another territory, so I might as well just do that. I'll go in decline next turn. Let's see if I can keep going here. Hey, so he took the ghouls. You can see most of my stuff now got taken over. So I'm actually gonna go right into decline. Since I'm gonna get nothing, because somebody took over all my stuff while I wasn't looking. And you basically play 10 rounds of this. You put down tiles. The idea is like you always need to commit one tile more than what's actually available on there as far as tokens. So mountains have a token on, so they take one more. People from a previous generation take another token. And then you're trying to get benefits from these regions of wherever you go. So like I got underworld princesses, or priestesses. I think that's a good idea. I'm not sure. Forest dwarves? Well, can I take a look at the board? Yes, I can. So forest, or no. Yeah, forest and forest. Forest wouldn't be too bad if I can get to some of these regions down here. So let's pick the forest dwarves, and we'll just go ahead and start throwing them there, there. Let's take off some points from this leprechaun. Now, just in case you're wondering what that actually means, when you're dealing with your last position, you get a chance to roll a die, basically, and that tells you how many tiles you have to actually commit to a place on that last one. So, in this case, I needed to roll like maybe 1 or 2. Since it's a multi-sided die there, you got 1, 2, and 3. And it makes it a little easier to actually put people on the map. So, yeah, again, it's an extra little bonus that you get to try to take over that last territory instead. Some people actually have the ability to just kind of gain that every time. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Bad player. Yeah! Oh, finally. Of course, these dwarves don't come with many tiles, so that's the problem. See, what you do is actually you get a combination of tiles based on the 2 numbers together. So in this case, I only have 7 of these dwarf tiles to play with. Sometimes you get things like rat folk that are like just got a huge amount of people they can play with. And then you got like hordes of something, which gives them quite a benefit. So I'm thinking about looking at those sorcerers for my next turn, since I'm probably going to go into decline and end up losing. Again, I'm showing off the game more than trying to actually win it right here, so it's not the best way to play the game. Oh, hey, I got some points. Yay, I think I've got 46 points, and everyone else probably has much more than that. But, you know, that's probably one of my things about Small World I really don't really like that much, is it's a very simple kind of, I guess, an area control game, or a kind of pseudo-war game. It's really hard to kind of classify, because it's an interesting idea, a lot of interesting strategies and combinations that could come from it, but honestly, I thought the components themselves kind of got a little out of hand, especially since you're dealing with a huge number of variants with the actual tokens that you're going to need to play with. Because sorcerers, you're always going to need 5, but that other number, you could have so many of them that you don't even know that how many you need. We gotta take the sails out of yellow a little bit here. And cast that on there. But yeah, and all these other tokens, just having to try to keep track of all the tokens that you're gonna need, it's kind of crazy. So here is a good example. Marauding Ratmen over here in the corner. These guys, they have to have, 5 and 8 right there. So they have to have at least that many in the game, and, and you also have to keep track of, like, the player colors and stuff. It was very confusing to keep track of on the tabletop. But in a digital sense, it works out a lot better than I thought it would. Because from the digital side, you don't have to worry about keeping track of half the stuff anymore. It'll automatically count up the regions, it'll automatically count up bonuses. And that's just one of those great things I enjoy. Because if there's something I hate in some games, it's record keeping. Like, having to keep track of all of these different coins that I'm earning every turn, and then having to keep track of all these different things, and taking your time, it can really kill a game. But, it's kind of some of the joy out of it, too, because I'm not keeping track of their records at all. And I'm hoping that I might get somewhere close in point value, but depending on what actions I've taken and how some of my luck was, it's very much more of how well did I play through the game skill-wise. Much more than how did I do not skill-wise. Because my skills so far, not too bad. I am probably not playing this anywhere nearly as well as I would like, but still. The idea being that, for the most part, this is a skill game, and placing the right tiles, taking your bets, knowing when to decline. And that's really rough to deal with. Oh, hey, I did get second place. Wonderful. Oh, gosh. Alright, so I'm wondering if I have the AI set up high on that guy. Let me check. It's like, how is your difficulty? Was I able to set a difficulty? Oh. Okay, that's a thing that's weird. Yeah, I'm not sure how the AI is, because you don't actually get to see that in the settings menu or anything. Okay. They got a decent tutorial to teach you how to play, but, I would play this over the board game version of Small World. I just wish it had the variety of the original Small World. Thankfully, you get some of that with the expansions, but I understand it's really hard to kind of keep track of all that stuff and to add the code to the game to make it that more complex. But it does help a lot to have a lot less tokens to keep track of, to have things automatically count for you. This is how a board game app should feel. It's made for ease. However, the kind of lackluster controls here in the app version of it instead of like a pure PC version is kind of a cheat. So that's just how I think about Small World 2. It's available on Steam for just around $7-8 nowadays. You can usually find it on sale. The DLC is about $1 or $2 per DLC. Give it a shot. If you like Small World and you think this would be a great way to play online, the online community is still pretty big for this. And if you have like a significant other that you like to do seated play with, this is definitely a good option. Although if you're looking for traveling on the road, there's a laptop version of it, I guess, if you're having a laptop. But of course, the tablet version I think plays just a little bit better, just because of the nature of it. Although the click and drag interfacing is a little easier to do with a mouse and keyboard. So this has been Cards and Cardboard, and this has been our little digital review of Small World 2. Available in America and overseas in various languages. So, enjoy yourselves, people.